What's up everyone and welcome back to the channel. Let's dive into our first news. Sean O'Malley recently shared his thoughts on the upcoming fight between Islam and JDM. And even though he said he really hates predicting fights, he gave a clear lean when breaking this one down. Sean explained that this matchup is massive not only because of the stakes, but because of how different these two fighters are in terms of style, pace, and physical approach to fighting. He said that originally he really wanted to see Islam versus Ilia because that matchup had a wild energy to it and would have been a completely different type of test. But since that didn't happen, Islam versus JDM still feels like the next best thing, and a fight that offers a lot of intrigue. Sean pointed out that Islam and JDM are almost opposites in how they win fights. Islam is calm, methodical, calculated, and focused on control, pressure, and breaking his opponents down slowly. JDM, on the other hand, brings a sharpness on the feet, a dangerous shot selection, and the type of striking where if he touches the chin clean, the fight can change instantly. Sean said that if Islam was fighting Ilia, the threat would be movement, scrambles, explosiveness, and chaos. But with JDM, the threat is precision and composure on the feet. Even with that contrast in mind, Sean said he is leaning toward Islam. He believes Islam's ability to dictate pacing, manage distance, and neutralize offense is what will likely carry him through. Sean said that he doesn't think Islam will run away with the fight easily. Instead, he expects a very competitive back-and-forth battle, with moments where JDM lands something clean or forces Islam to adjust. Sean emphasized that it will probably come down to small moments, little shifts, and who can impose their strengths more consistently across the rounds. Sean admitted multiple times that he genuinely dislikes making predictions, because fights are unpredictable and both of these guys are extremely high level. But in the end, he said he feels like Islam will squeak out a close fight, pulling ahead just slightly in the later rounds, showing why he is considered one of the best in the world. And before we continue, make sure to leave a like on the video and subscribe to help support the channel. Moving on to another news, Jimmy Smith recently shared his perspective on why the MMA community has been critical of Ronda Rousey over the years, responding directly to Ronda's recent comments. Ronda claimed that MMA fans turn on fighters the moment they lose, saying that once a fighter takes an L, fans suddenly act like that fighter was never good to begin with. Jimmy said that this idea doesn't really explain the backlash Ronda faced. According to him, fans didn't turn on her because she lost. They turned on her because of how she carried herself outside the cage, especially during key moments when her character was on full display. Jimmy pointed to her time coaching on The Ultimate Fighter with Miesha Tate. He said this was the first moment where fans got to see Ronda in a more unfiltered environment. Instead of coming across as humble or competitive in a respectful way, she came across as bitter, angry, and unwilling to show any sportsmanship. When she defeated Miesha and refused to shake her hand afterward, the reaction in the arena said it all. There were boos and a noticeable shift in how people felt about her. That moment planted the seed. Then came her loss to Holly Holm. It was shocking and brutal. But what stood out even more was how Ronda handled that defeat. She didn't show up to the post-fight press conference. She didn't acknowledge Holly. She disappeared. Jimmy emphasized that fans didn't dislike her because she lost. They disliked that she didn't show any grace or respect in defeat. The same thing happened when she returned to face Amanda Nunes. After losing again in dominant fashion, Ronda once again walked away, never addressing the loss publicly, never giving Amanda her credit, and never showing humility. Jimmy explained that fans actually love fighters who show vulnerability, accountability, and character. They love fighters who can win with confidence and lose with dignity. He pointed to countless fighters who have taken losses, yet remain beloved because of how they handle those moments. In Ronda's case, it wasn't the losses that changed the fans. It was the refusal to acknowledge others, the unwillingness to show respect, and the absence of humility when things didn't go her way. Jimmy's message was simple. The MMA community didn't abandon Ronda. Ronda abandoned the part of the sport that fans value most, respect. Moving on to another news, Ian Gary shared a funny and wholesome moment involving his son after his fight with Carlos Prates. Earlier this year, Ian went the full distance with Carlos and picked up a unanimous decision win. It was a tough, competitive fight, and Ian felt like he proved a point with that performance. But when he was back home spending time with his family, he found out something he did not expect at all. In a lighthearted clip, Ian called his son Leo over to answer a question on camera. Ian asked him who his favorite fighter was. Without hesitation, Leo said that his favorite fighter was Carlos Prates. Ian couldn't help but laugh and shake his head. He joked that he went into the cage, fought for 23 minutes, came out with the win, and still his own son chose the other guy. Ian said, "Imagine beating a man up for 23 minutes, walking out proud, and then finding out your son is cheering for him instead." The moment was genuine and showed a playful side of Ian as a father. It also highlighted how kids just pick who they like. No rivalry involved, just pure and honest preference. Moving on to another news, Luke Rockhold recently reacted to Kevin Holland's groin shot incident at UFC Vancouver, and he didn't exactly agree with how severe Kevin made it seem. During the fight, Mike Malott landed 2 low blows early in the first round, and Kevin took the full recovery time allowed. The referee did not deduct a point, and the fight continued, but you could clearly see Kevin wincing and adjusting, looking like he was still in serious discomfort even after the break. Some fans believed the foul played a role in his performance, while others thought he may have been exaggerating. Luke shared his perspective on the Jackson podcast, and he didn't hold back. Luke said he had just watched the fight closely, and in his eyes, the shots didn't look like direct, full-impact groin strikes. He said that if a fighter is wearing a proper cup, a shot like that typically doesn't cause that level of agony. Luke added that he has taken plenty of low blows throughout his career, and while they're never pleasant, the reaction didn't match what he saw in the footage. He said it was borderline, barely touching you. If you're wearing a cup, that doesn't hurt that bad. He made it clear he has respect for Kevin, saying all love for Kevin, but he believed there was more going on mentally and emotionally in that moment than just the pain from the strike. Luke then joked that maybe Kevin's balls are just really big, trying to lighten the tone. But he followed with a firmer point, saying that fighters should either choose to fight or not. If a fighter takes the full recovery time and still keeps grabbing the groin area for minutes after, Luke felt that becomes more of a narrative than the fight itself. He pointed out how Kevin took around 5 minutes and 30 seconds, then continued to gesture and react afterward. Luke emphasized that once the fight resumes, the fighter needs to mentally move forward. His comments stirred conversation in the MMA community, with fans debating whether Kevin was genuinely hurt or playing it up. For Luke, though, the moment said more about fight mentality than the foul itself. Moving on to another news, Daniel Cormier and Justin Gaethje had a hilarious yet competitive exchange while discussing who would win if they ever decided to settle things inside the gym. The conversation began casually, but it quickly turned playful and intense. Justin told Daniel that if Daniel went to train at 5 p.m., he might just show up and punch him right in the face. He said it with a smile, but there was energy behind the words. Daniel responded immediately, saying the gym doors are open and that he would be at the Apex. He told Justin to show up because he has been waiting years for the chance to land one on him. The back and forth had that friendly competitiveness that only fighters at the highest level can truly understand. Justin laughed, but he pushed back, saying that while he respects Daniel, he genuinely believes he would smoke him in a striking match. Justin pointed out that Daniel would have to rely on his wrestling, because on the feet, he feels he would be the one landing the cleaner, harder shots. He even joked that Daniel would be forced to try to clinch him just to slow things down, because the striking pace would be too much. Daniel didn't shy away. He said that Justin might think he could piece him up, but there are weight classes for a reason. Daniel reminded him that size, strength, and experience in the clinch would change everything instantly. He even mentioned Justin's own gear company, Onyx, saying that even if Justin came in wearing his own gloves, it wouldn't save him from getting wrestled and controlled. Justin fired right back, saying that those same gloves would be the ones he uses to hit Daniel clean on the jaw. The tone stayed humorous, but both men remained confident in their abilities. Justin insisted that on the feet he would have the advantage, claiming he would check Daniel's chin and make him uncomfortable right away. Daniel responded by saying that while Justin might start out strong, he would ultimately drag him into the clinch, lean on him, and wear him down. He said that experience in wrestling and close-range control would be the deciding factor. The discussion ended with both of them smiling, but neither backing down from their stance. It was pure fighter mentality on full display, competitive but rooted in respect. JDM has been pushing the intensity in his training camp for UFC 322, and footage recently surfaced showing just how hard those sessions have been. During a sparring round, JDM locked in a tight submission on one of his teammates. The pressure was real, and before anyone fully realized it, his teammate went out for a moment. As soon as he noticed, JDM let go, checked on him, and made sure everything was all right. The atmosphere stayed respectful, and the team took it in stride, showing that this is part of high-level preparation. In the clip, you can hear some lighthearted comments with JDM's teammate waking up, giving a thumbs up and laughing it off, saying he just took a little nap. They all shared a moment of friendship afterward, showing that even when things get intense in camp, the respect between teammates stays strong. Moving on to another news, Islam Makhachev's team has confirmed something that has the MMA world buzzing. Head coach Javier Mendez revealed that Islam wants his next fight to take place at a special White House event, and the discussions behind the scenes are getting real. Javier sat down with Submission Radio and shared insight not only about Islam's potential White House appearance, but also about the growing talk of Ilia moving up to face him. On top of that, Islam has been putting on serious size. According to Javier, a new training approach and strategic use of creatine have helped him bulk up. Right now, he is walking around at about 191 pounds when he is not in camp. Recent footage shared by teammates shows him looking noticeably thicker and more powerful, and fans have been pointing out just how physically imposing he looks compared to before. This added size could make him an even tougher puzzle once he steps back inside the cage. Meanwhile, JDM has been making major moves in his preparation preparation as well. He brought in BJJ mastermind Craig Jones and fellow Australian Alex Volkanovski, who has already fought Islam twice, to help sharpen his defense and scrambling. Training clips going viral online show intense drilling focused on takedown defense, hip escapes, and chained scrambling. JDM believes that his improved grappling will surprise Islam and force him into uncomfortable exchanges on the feet, setting up what many are calling one of the most intriguing potential matchups at welterweight. Fans have been wondering how Islam's new size impacts his speed and style, and how JDM's adjustments will play into the fight if it happens. Javier Mendez also spoke directly about the idea of Ilia moving up to fight Islam. In his words, if Ilia jumps to welterweight, it could actually favor Islam even more. Javier pointed out that Ilia is around 5'6" or 5'7", extremely strong, but adding extra weight could take away some of his natural speed. The power may increase, but the speed, reaction timing, and movement might not carry over the same way. Javier made it clear that Islam is not avoiding anyone. He emphasized that Islam has always taken tough fights and is now looking for legacy moments. If the White House event goes through the way they hope, Islam wants to fight there in June and then go after another massive matchup afterward. Javier finished by saying that these plans are not just talk, they are real goals on Islam's radar. The MMA world will now be waiting to see how negotiations unfold and who eventually stands across from Islam when he walks into that historic venue. Moving on to another news, Khabib has laid out a clear vision for Islam Makhachev's future following UFC 322. Throughout his career, Islam has often been compared to Khabib, not only because of their similar fighting styles, but also due to their long-standing close bond. Despite speculation about a potential move back down to lightweight for a super fight against Ilia Topuria, Khabib wants Islam to remain at welterweight. At 34, Khabib acknowledges the difficulty of staying in one weight class throughout a career and emphasizes the importance of focusing on the division, where Islam is in peak shape and fully prepared to dominate. Khabib believes that if Islam dethrones JDM, he will instantly join an elite group of fighters who have captured championships in 2 different weight classes. Beyond that, Khabib envisions Islam defending the welterweight strap multiple times, further solidifying his claim as one of the greatest fighters of all time. For Khabib, this is not just about adding another belt. It's about cementing a lasting legacy, establishing Islam as one of the sport's all-time greats, and leaving a mark that will be remembered for years. If Islam overcomes JDM, his next opponent could set up a massive showdown. The most likely candidate is Kamaru Usman, who has openly stated that if Islam wins, he would almost certainly take the fight. This would pit 2 pound-for-pound stars against each other for supremacy in the welterweight division. Another potential scenario involves Ilia Topuria, who, if he successfully defends his lightweight belt, could move up to challenge Islam, creating a compelling clash between champions from different divisions. Either path promises a defining moment in Islam's career. These potential matchups could have significant implications not only for Islam, but for the UFC's top fighters across multiple weight classes. Khabib's strategy emphasizes growth, challenge, and legacy, aiming to position Islam as a dominant force in the welterweight division while preserving his long-term impact on the sport. Islam's future now depends on his performance against JDM, with fans and media eagerly anticipating the next chapter in what could become a historic career. Moving on to another news, Ilia has recently been surrounded by speculation regarding his relationship with his wife. A few weeks ago, fans noticed that both Ilia and his wife had removed most of their photos together from Instagram. This immediately sparked rumors online that the two may have separated. Not long after that, Ilia posted a written message that many people believed was directed toward her. The message read, "My problem was I wanted to take people with me to the top who didn't even want to see me at the top." The timing of that post only added fuel to the conversation. Recently, Ilia was approached by reporters while walking down the street. They asked him directly about his wife and the rumors circulating around their relationship. Ilia refused to answer any of the questions and continued walking, making it clear he has no interest in discussing his personal life publicly at the moment. Meanwhile, Ilia is currently not booked for a title defense. Paddy Pimblett claimed that Ilia has been stalling on signing a contract to fight him, accusing him of delaying negotiations. Ilia has not responded to that either, choosing to remain silent on both his personal situation and his next move in the cage. Moving on to another news, concerns are rising for Islam Makhachev just days before UFC 322, and this time those concerns are coming directly from Islam himself. In a recent conversation with Josh Thompson, Islam opened up about his preparation for the JDM fight, revealing details that caught many fans off guard. While a lot of people assumed this would be one of the easier camps of his career since he wouldn't need to drain himself with a big weight cut, Islam explained that this camp has actually been one of the hardest he has ever gone through. He said the process of adding size for welterweight demanded a complete shift in how he trained, sparred, and recovered. Islam shared that he started preparing almost 3 months before the fight just to gain weight and feel how his body would respond. He changed sparring partners, adjusted his training intensity, and went through 3 separate camps across different countries. The first phase took place in Russia, where he focused heavily on lifting and bulking up, pushing his strength levels higher than ever. After that, he moved to Dubai for the second phase, where the emphasis shifted to intense sparring, wrestling sessions, and conditioning work. Finally, he landed in New Jersey for the final stretch, where he brought in specific training partners who could mimic the style and pressure of JDM. This kind of constant travel and switching environments can take a serious toll on a fighter, both physically and mentally. Fans online have expressed concern that bulking up might slow Islam down, affecting his timing, footwork, and endurance. Some worry that pushing himself through back-to-back training phases could lead to burnout or overtraining, especially with Islam admitting that he rarely takes real time off. He mentioned that even when he tells himself he will have a light day, the moment training starts, he ends up going hard because that's simply who he is. 1 week of rest, and he is already back in the gym pushing full pace again. Islam also explained that the first part of camp was purely to gain weight and feel how the new muscle would work in motion. It was his first serious bulking phase, something unfamiliar compared to the years he spent perfecting his lightweight approach. Fans are now left wondering whether this new version of Islam will carry the same sharpness, the same speed, and the same ability to control pace inside the cage. With UFC 322 approaching, every small detail matters, and this interview has added a new layer of curiosity and concern surrounding Islam's performance on fight night. Moving on to another news, Islam is currently in New Jersey, staying focused while preparing to challenge JDM for the welterweight title. Even while deep in camp, Islam has been taking small breaks to relax and stay grounded. Recently, he was seen spending some time fishing, something he has always enjoyed when he wants to clear his head. He stopped by a local fishing shop called Pell's Bait and Tackle, where the staff shared a photo of him on Instagram. They thanked him for coming in, saying he showed love to the locals, picked up a rod combo and some bait, and headed out to the water. They wished him luck next weekend, adding, "The champ is here," which reflects the respect Islam continues to earn everywhere he goes. During this camp, Islam is keeping a steady schedule. He mentioned that training is going very well, and that he has been running 2 sessions most days. Around 5 p.m., he was already preparing for his second workout of the day. His routine is structured, his focus is clear, and the energy from his training partners in New Jersey has been strong. Even though he is preparing for one of the toughest challenges of his career in JDM, Islam remains calm and composed, as always. Islam also made an appearance at Madison Square Garden for a New York Knicks game. The moment he was shown on the big screen, the crowd reacted with loud applause. Many fans stood up and cheered for him, recognizing him as the lightweight champion. The arena announcer introduced him with pride, and the crowd continued to applaud as he nodded and smiled. These moments show how Islam has become someone who carries respect wherever he goes, both inside and outside the cage. Moving on to another news, that's it from MMA Pulse News. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for daily MMA news.